Hi everyone, it's Nat here. Hope you're all doing well. I am on today for a new collaboration that is hosted by Christina's Shack, and it is hashtag Flip Through Friday. So it's where you can show flip throughs of your journals. I know this week Christina had a flip through of an old sort of glue book, project book that she did, and also some vintage books that she had. So I think she's quite sort of free and easy about what sort of flip through you do, which is great. She also says that it doesn't matter when you post it, but she's calling it Flip Through Friday because it's sort of easy to remember and that. So make sure you add Christina's YouTube link down below and let her know that you're joining in, and she can add you to her description box. So now I've been wanting to join in on this one when I saw that she had started it, but it was a bit of a kerfuffle because I actually don't have many of my journals, and you've seen all the ones I have, so, you know, you'll be seeing them again. But I thought what I might do as well is in the future I'll probably show the collection of journals that I have from other people, because I'd really like to showcase the beautiful work that some of my friends have done and the beautiful journals that they've sent me or that I've purchased as well. So that'll be great fun. But I thought, since I keep showing everyone little golden books, that I would start with the first ever little golden book journal that I've made. I have had a lot of new subscribers since I showed these, so there's probably many of you that haven't actually seen them. I did a project when I was on the creative team for Auntie Vera Scrap and Craft a few years ago, where I did make my first two ever little golden book journals, and I made the Golden Egg book and Home for a Bunny. Now, Home for a Bunny did get a new home, so I've only got this one here. That's why I don't have many of my journals here, is because I have gifted most of them and sold a few of them, so I only have a few left hanging around. And the only reason this one's still hanging around is when I made it, I used some crochet thread to do the signatures, sew the signatures in. And after I used it, I realised that this crochet thread is not very strong. If I pull it firmly, it comes apart quite easily. So I think that I should really rebind this one before I do pass it on to anyone. So, and I've just sort of put it aside because the thought of having to rebind it until the buttons again is like, oh no, I don't want to go through that again, because it was the first time I'd ever done that binding with the buttons, and I had the cutest buttons, and I just love it because it's so retro. So the book looks so retro. So I thought we'd do a quick flip through this. So yeah, little golden book, beautiful buttons that I found at the secondhand store, as well as the fabric. So I've widened the spine, just put a little flower there. I think it was a bit ruined on the cover, so I fixed up those bits by using a little scrappy embellishment. So, and I love that I've used some ruffles in here, and you can feel them on the outside, and it feels really cool. So very old. I think this one's from the 70s or whatever. This one? Yeah, 73. Beautiful illustrations, and I used the paper pack. I cannot remember what this one was called, but absolutely gorgeous it was. So I was trying to highlight the products that I was using that month for Auntie Vera Scrap and Craft, which included like the washi tape and the paper pack. But it just had beautiful colours that went really well with the book pages. Oh, this was like a kid's book. I was looking at that thinking it was a scrapbook page, but it was a page from a kid's book. And then I just used coloured papers. I had got some dies from Auntie Vera Scrap and Craft. Now, Auntie Vera Scrap and Craft is no longer, but she is now George's Bible, so I'll link that down below and you can go and check her out. She still has awesome products. So, but yeah, I got these Easter egg dies and this basket die, and I made that little tuck spot, so there's some tickets that I've slipped in there. Graph paper. I just love this book. It's very cute. Some vellum. some more washi tape. And then I had made a number of little projects as well for the Auntie Vera Scrap and Craft for the month. So I made a whole lot of these little Easter eggs with my Easter egg dies and just embellished them with other die cuts and that. I think these words came off of a card, Easter card or something. And I embellished this little gift bag, made a little pocket with it, a little journaling card with some napkin. So much fun. Looking at it's making me want to drag out all my little golden books again and get into them, which I must do next year. Can't do it yet, have to finish my Christmas stuff first. Kids book page, beautiful picture in that one. So yes, I'm not sure with this whether I'll rebind it and either try and sell it, give it away, or keep it, because it was like one of my first, and I do love the retro nature of it. I love all the ruffles. I think it was probably the first time I ever sewed ruffles as well. I say it was the first time I made little golden book journals. It was the last time too. I've only ever made the two. Now I have my cinch. I'll probably make some cinch ones as well. It's another Easter egg die, and I used, because I painted all the Easter egg dies I cut out, I had this greaseproof paper that I had painted them on, which got all the paint on it. So I actually cut some of that out and stuck it to one of the Easter egg dies. I like that. It's just some note paper in there. Again, I used the scrapbook paper that I was given for that month in here to showcase. Botanical book page. Beautiful vellum. It's really refreshing making this type of journal because you don't feel like you've got to ink everything, and you can use all your bright coloured pieces. I think once you've been making your journals with all your inking and that, it's just so much fun to make the more colourful style journals. I loved that paper collection. Just made that into a journaling card with this ribbon. I think this was another gift bag too, and that's why it has the folds in it, because I cut the gift bag apart to make papers, and in the middle signature I just used some of my little rabbit die cuts to make little dangles. Cute little Easter ribbon. Oh, look at his face. He's very tired. That's how I feel at the moment. Little fabric flip. Such retro fabric, that. Got to make piles of fabric flips. Got to do a Gail Agostinelli and sit in front of the TV with all my fabric. I've watched her a few times organising all her rectangles and squares and bits of fabric and that, and all neatly into all these different piles so she can sit out at the TV and so, pins them together. So she's got a whole lot pinned together and then goes in and sits at the sewing machine and mass makes a whole heap. Must do that one day. More beautiful ribbon. I always forget to use my ribbons. It actually works quite well using them on the edge of pages like that. I must do that more often because I've got so many of them. Duckling. So as I said, I'd like to use my cinch to do a few of my little golden book journals, but I think I'll go back and do a whole lot of these style again just to do the buttons you know, I really like doing that as well. I think it looks really cool, so I think I'll do both types. Now, this was another project that I did for Auntie Vera's Scrap and Craft. I don't know if I made a couple of cards, or this was one of the cards I made with the chipboard embellishments that I got that month. And some die cut letters. I think I put some Inca gold on those, and some feather. Love the way that turned out, because I am definitely not a card maker, so if I can make one that looks semi alright, then I'm quite happy with myself. So I thought might as well just put that into the journal, because I don't know what I'd do with it otherwise. I'm not much of a card giver really, especially not at Easter. I don't even give chocolate, I eat the stuff. So there's another one of my Easter eggs, which I painted with my pastel paints. And I just punched out a whole lot of circles with the same stuff that I painted. I think it was just some, I don't know if it was cardstock or something I recycled. I painted up, and yeah, I did punched and die cut everything out of it to make my little Easter eggs. And let's print. And then this little note paper. So it was definitely the springtime when I made these little golden book journals. You can tell by the scrapbook paper collection that I had to use, and the style of the journals, because the home for the bunny was very pastel with blues and pinks and that as well. And that was gorgeous. I think I gave it away probably for a on my YouTube channel. So this is another Easter bag with, what do you know, another egg in there. Now with these ones, I die cut them so you could open up as little cards. And then used other die cuts and punches and some of this ribbon. Very cute. That slips in there. So I used the technique that a lot of people use, and I hinged the pages because I had to cut them down for them to fit in the book properly. So I think I cut them down and then reused the actual pages themselves to make the hinges. This is some of the paper, baking paper that I used to paint the eggs on, can't you tell? It's nice and crinkly. That duck is mean. What did he do? Jump on top of him, threw a little rock at him and rolled him down the hill. It's funny, no wonder I like this book, because when I was young, they were the pets I had, a rabbit and a duck. Every time I went to the pet store, I nagged my mum for either a rabbit or a duck, and I'd usually walk out of there crying because she wouldn't let me have one. But then there was one day I could have a rabbit, and then there was one day I could have a duck. So, yeah. Some tickets. That must be a pocket in there. Is it? I think it is. Maybe it's not. Oh, were they sideways in there? I don't know. Oh, I know where they were. They were in there, like that, I think. Haven't looked through this one for ages. Some more ribbon. And then just a little journaling card I made with die cuts and punches again. And the washi tape. I love that washi tape. So that is it. That is my first ever Flip Through Friday. So thank you, Christina, for starting this collaboration. It'll be fun to go through the journals I have sitting around. As I said, I think I'll showcase some of the journals that I have from other people, and other bits and pieces that I find along the way, as well as some of my journals. But as I said, I don't have very many here at the moment. So take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful time. Happy crafting, and I will see you again soon. Bye.